Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this meeting. I see that everyone is present, and since we all know each other, I suggest that we immediately get down to business. I've arranged this meeting because Google Belgium has been forced to reconsider its annual budget. Our main objective during this meeting is that we have to cut the total budgets by £100,000, which is obviously not an easy task. By the end of the meeting, our proposed cuts must add up to at least £100,000. Keep in mind that we are short of time. We've got only 20 minutes to consider the different options and to come to a decision. So we've got a lot of ground to cover today. First, I will shortly sum up the different budget options, and then we can start to discuss. So we have the first one is reducing annual training budget by 2 or 5%. Then reducing annual research and development budget by 1% or 5 or 10%. Then we have reducing subsidy on sales reps' motor expenses by 10%. Use only second-class rail transport. Cut sponsorship projects, national arts or local sports teams. Then we have outsource all IT services or the maintenance of IT systems. Reducing subsidy to staff canteen by 20% or by 10%, cancelling annual Christmas party, cancelling all subscriptions to professional magazines or outsource office cleaning. So let's start with the first option, reducing annual training budget by 2 or 5%.
So this is actually something that is under my supervising.
Yes.
So I think it is important that we don't cut a lot out of this budget. So I would say a maximum of 2%, because lifelong learning is very important in our business. They are always coming up with new internet and gadgets. So it's important that our employees know everything well and that we keep moving. So we need to keep up with this business. I do think we can hold off some of the trainings, and maybe my suggestion was that maybe we do the trainings inside the company so that people who already had the training give the training to new employees who know a bit of how everything works. So this is where we can save some costs, but I think that £10,000 is a lot to save on an annual training budget. I don't know.
What do you think?
I agree with Emma, and I actually don't think we have to cut the annual training budgets or to reduce it, because we're Google Belgium. We constantly need to be innovative. We need to train our people constantly. New developments are always on the market, so I don't think the annual training budget should be cut.
So you think, no cut in the training?
I think it will be possible to cut in the budget if they use intern people to learn the new employees or the employees who need training. I won't do it with outside training of the company, but just intern. But 5 seems a bit much to cut.
5 is quite a lot.
Yeah, and I do agree that some trainings we can hold off. We can wait until the market is getting better and we can spend some more money. Some trainings aren't really necessary, but it's a max of £4,000 that I think should be cut.
So I assume we can agree that 2% is possible?
Yeah.
Okay, 2%. Then we have the second object, that's reducing annual research and development budget by 1%, 5 or 10%.
10%, I would really say that's not possible. 5% is possible, but I would actually go for in the between, but I don't know if it will be possible. So I suggest about 8 or 7% of budget. I have some arguments to say where we can cut. Like every year we have our pay increases, but do we have to give a pay increase of 5%? I don't think so. We can hold down on the pay increases and low back from 1 or 2% less than last year. So it will be 3% pay increases. That can be around £10,000 on our plant only. That's point 1.
Okay, Okay.
If we would consider this for the whole company, I think we would get a lot of reducing costs. But then I have another suggestion about bring your own device. We are a new and developing enterprise, but a lot of people are working on difficult hours. They have a child, so for much people it will be a lot easier if they could have their own device and work on it at home, which will cost us less because they could work at home for 2 days. I think 2 days less, and you don't have to pay the other. You don't have to pay the fuel that has to be reimbursed. So I have made a count on this to be around 1,500 pounds per person, and we are on my plan with 15 person. That's around 20,500 pounds.
Okay, Philly, what's your opinion?
I don't think cutting with by 10% will be possible. I mean, 50,000 a year is a lot. 1%, that's not enough in my opinion. So I would I would reduce the annual research and development budget by 5%. I think it's not a lot to cut. I think it will be fairly possible. Yes.
I actually don't agree with Feline. I think it could be maximum 1% savings, because R&D is what Google thrives on. We need to be the new one on the market, new inventions, keep researching our products, keep improving our products. This all costs money, and I think it's very important that our company stays the leader on the market of new gadgets. So I do think we need the complete budget that we are having right now. So I don't think it is.
So you think that 1% is also already too much?
I would. My opinion is maximum 1%. Okay, 5,000. It doesn't seem a lot, but in research and development, it is a lot. I mean.
Well, the thing with our department with research and development is that we don't actually need to be every time here at the office. So that's why I would cutting costs and bringing your own device, that they can work at home. We can create a new whole cloud where they can work for us at home, and also we can see what they are doing here. That's a new project I've been working on, but I don't know if it will be possible. That's just some arguments.
I might agree that this would be something that we could work on and say that, okay, those employees don't have to come to the office all day, but I do think that 5,000, if you look at all the employees, that already might be a good start to save 5,000 with the fuel costs and everything. So.
Okay, I suggest that we start with 1%, and then at the end of the meeting we can still see if there is space to.
So we have now already the two lowest budgets.
Savings.
Yes.
But we have still 7 points to discuss.
Okay.
We'll see at the end. Okay. So the third one is reducing subsidy on sales reps motor expenses by 10%.
So I do agree that we could save on the motor expenses, but however, we need to keep in mind that our sales reps are very important for our business. They actually promote our product and they have direct contact with the customers. So when there is a problem, mostly the first person they call is their sales reps, and they say, hey, we have a problem, and the sales rep goes to their shop or whatever, and if we cut on their motor expenses, they will get demotivated, so they won't do as much effort to go to their client after the sales and make sure that they are still happy and that they keep buying our products. So I do think we can cut in the budget, but however, 10%, we need to make sure that maybe there is another possibility to motivate our sales reps with something else. I don't know. However, but I do think it's important that we don't cut all their expenses.
Okay, Feline, what's your point of view?
I wouldn't reduce the subsidiary on the sales representatives, because they represent us for our clients. They are always on the road. They always have to visit clients. So I don't believe we can cut 10,000 euros on them.
Okay. What do you think?
I think it will be possible to cut by 10%. Why? You have to be. There has to be a better planning about which region they are going to visit, and everything can be much more and better prepared and be efficiently.
But that's already the case. So every sales rep has their
Yes,
region where they have to.
It's true, but they don't have. They have like one meeting with that day at Brussels and the other day at Dilbeek. I'll just say that they don't have to be every day on the road also. But they are doing it because, yes, they have the flexibility to do it. Their hours are flexible, but it's not supposed to be like this. We work at the office from 8 to 5. That's possible for them too.
You know, when you're a sales rep, you don't have a job that goes from 8 to 5.
No, but they can make their. They can do much more on one day, so they can be. So they can do something else on the other days, and be much more compact and to be on the road.
But how much do you think you could save? Do you think this would save 10,000? Just saying you do around Bristol, for example, you do the region around Bristol, and that's all you do in one day, and then the next day you go there instead of moving. Do you think you could save £10,000 with that?
Yeah.
I think that is being, not to be rude, but I think that is over ambitious, yeah.
Yeah, I think if we reduce every month £100, and we have 10 employees, you've got already 10, and you've got to already have €1,000, but you can look much more further for it. I think it will be possible, but okay.
I think the saving that we could do is at least we could say to our sales reps, okay, don't go to a restaurant with your big clients, save on that. That's a big expense that could be saved. But just on motor expenses, 10,000 is a lot. So I would say the max, because you need to keep your sales reps motivated and happy to be working in our firm. So I would say max £5,000.
Okay.
5,000. Does everybody agree on that?
5,000 will be doable.
We need to keep in mind, of course, that we need to save £100,000. So, okay, the fourth one: use only second-class rail transport.
Yeah, I think this is doable. This is it is already a big plus, a positive point that we pay the rail transport for our customers, for our employees. So I do think they wouldn't mind sitting in second class.
Philly?
I think it's a very good proposition. At the moment, we pay for first class rail transport, so I don't think our employees will mind traveling in second class rail transport. It's almost the same. So.
And you?
I am already using a second class rail transport, so I think there will be no concern about it.
Okay, perfect. So
yeah, it's a big cost of £18,000, I do think.
We can confirm that we can cut the cost.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's get to the fifth point: cut sponsorship projects, national arts or local sports team. Is it possible for you guys?
I think we should choose one of the two to keep sponsoring.
So not both.
Yeah, not both. My opinion is I would say the local sports team, because those are all young people and dynamic people, and those are actually the people that are buying our products. So I think it is important that we keep sponsoring them so that they can see, okay, they are supporting our sports and everything.
Yes.
But the national arts, it might be some older people, maybe people who don't really use the internet that much. So I would say the local sports team, to keep sponsoring the local sports team.
Alright, and what do you two think?
I would suggest cutting sponsorship on the local sports team. Because it is local, and the national arts it contributes to the culture of the entire country. So I think that's way more important than the local sports team.
Okay, and what do you think?
I'm actually agreeing with feeling. I do think that local sports team, okay, they are youngsters, but will we get enough return on investment for it? Like the local sports team, okay, they're young, but they don't have a lot of capital to bring back in our company. Instead of arts, we don't know about what people are going to look for the arts. They can be young, they can be rich, they can be everything. So I think we can reach much more people with the national arts than with the local sports team.
Okay, so the majority thinks that the local sports teams is the one to cut the
Yeah.
budget. Okay, then we decide to cut £15,000. Alright, the sixth one, outsource all IT services or the maintenance of IT systems. The first one is quite a big one, so it's important to discuss it.
I'm the manager of IT, and I really wouldn't outsource all the IT services because we are responsible for all the IT services, and when we outsource them, we don't really know what's happening with them. We don't control them 100%.
Yes.
And because we are Google, we contribute to the internet, and we just can't outsource all the IT services, in my opinion.
Okay, and the maintenance of the IT systems, is that possible?
I don't think so as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think because we are Google, we have our own devices and we can work on it with our research and development and bring that out for other companies. But I won't give out our IT services. We have something like privacy, and if something would leak down to the press or something else, we could have problems with our concurrents, everything. So I won't cut on this on all the IT service. And also the maintenance of the IT systems.
And a part? What about a part of it?
I think my colleague knows more about it.
No, I think we should keep all our IT services in one place with us. Don't outsource them. It's just a bad idea, in my opinion.
But I do think that my opinion is that the maintenance of the IT systems could be outsourced because they won't, it's just when something breaks or something doesn't work anymore. If we can't fix it ourselves, it must be a big problem. So I don't think we should outsource all our IT services. I mean, with Google, we should do it ourselves. But I do think the maintenance of the IT systems, there could be a part of outsourcing. If there is a problem that we can't fix, or it costs time and it costs money for our employees, which gets them frustrated if their IT systems don't work. So I do think it would be possible to outsource some of the IT systems, but yeah, maybe move that.
Yeah, maybe it's possible to cut.
There are the two biggest
it's
costs.
important
So indeed,
that we get those £100,000.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe the
if we can
maintenance.
cut a lot more, like I said, on the bring your own device, which can bring us up from £22,500 on my plant only, and we can reduce that for the other plants also, we could come to such a big amount, but I won't outsource our IT.
Okay, that's
really clear that I won't do it.
The next one, reduce subsidy to staff canteen by 20% or 10%. Let's be brief because we are running out of time.
yeah, I do think we can cut this by 20%. Right now, we are giving all our drinks and food for free. We are giving unhealthy food like sodas or sugar bars, snack bars, which costs us a lot of money and we don't get any income. So what I would do is still give free coffee, tea, and water, but then we could import a vending machine. So we could give them the opportunity to buy sodas or snack bars, but they would have to pay. So it gives us a sort of income, and they still get the opportunity, and it keeps our company a bit healthier. So I do think that is some
Interesting.
cost that we could save on.
Is everybody on green on that? Or?
Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So it's £45 less. Okay. Cancel annual Christmas party.
No.
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 Okay,
That's clear.
I
Let's
wouldn't- yeah.
Let's just get to the next one. Cancel all subscriptions to professional magazines.
it is something that I would do.
Yes, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't know what our concurrents are doing. So we receive all those magazines, but our marketing department is really looking and searching
the
for.
internet.
Yeah.
Yes, but we are not only busy with the internet.
Yeah, no, I know, but you can search those professional magazines on the internet. You can keep an eye on it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a time of savings, and how much would they read all those magazines? Go through them, all of them.
They won't read it, but it's just for looking and yeah.
Yeah, I
Sort of
think
making your research.
£5,000 for looking
Yeah. Okay.
is a lot.
I think it's
Maybe-
possible.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we can buy like one magazine and then make copies of interesting articles.
What's the status budget-wise? Where are you? Because you'll need to wrap up. Maybe you need to continue next time discussing the budget.
Yeah, 67 times.
22 minutes practically.
Well, I said we can reduce annual R&D budget by 25,000. So I think.
You would say by
Yeah.
5%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
okay. Then maybe we could agree on
Definitely.
the 25,000. And on the cleaning, I would say we could save 7,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
Because-
the office needs to be clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to work in a clean environment, but right now the office gets cleaned 3 times a week, which
That's
is a
not
lot. So we could
One
save
time a week.
1 time a week, and we could save.
Okay, perfect.
And how much do we have?
It's so 7,000.
Yeah.
50, 60. It's 9. 25, 29. It's still not enough. It's 89,000.
Yeah. So we need to save another 11,000.
So that will be for
Okay,
next
Next
meeting.
time.
Yeah.
So before we close the meeting, I would like to repeat that the main purpose of this meeting was to reconsider our annual budget. Our goal was to cut the total budget by £100,000, but that didn't work out, unfortunately. We only got 80,000.
Yeah, but we could look at the motor expenses of the sales reps. I could look at it clearly and
Yeah.
do the math and see maybe we could save some more. But
So you are going to look into that,
yeah,
and then I suggest that we arrange another meeting next week to see if there is another possibility.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Is there anything else, or are there any questions?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
thank you very much. I think that concludes our meeting.
Okay.